Hi there. I'm going to teach you how to make a poured painting. First, you have to gather all your supplies. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some craft paint. Get colors that you love. A lot of times people really love mixing their regular colors and some gold or silver. That turns out really super pretty. One of the colors you must have is white. It's a chemical thing, but white paint, the chemical makeup of this white paint is critical to your paint moving on the canvas. Trust me on this. One color must be white. And then choose maybe three or four other colors to go along with the white paint. Okay. Since you're pouring this paint on top of a canvas or on top of a tile or whatever it is that you're gonna decorate, you need a container so that you don't pour paint all over your table and have it go everywhere. So I'm not using a tablecloth, but that's advisable. But I really like these containers that you can get at the dollar store. I use the lids and I use the containers. I think it's a great bargain and I reuse them over and over. You need some paint stirrers because we've got to stir our materials together. And you will need some Floetrol, and you can get this at the Home Depot or Lowe's in the paint section. The only problem with this product is that it has all these caution warnings on them. So it's not really child friendly. If I were working with children, I would use Elmer's Glue All. I haven't tried it yet. I've purchased it, but I haven't tried it. I'm going to do that with my students. The other thing that you can put in is silicone. And a lot of people use silicone from a bike store. You can use any kind of silicone. I've even heard people putting a couple drops of olive oil in, and it helps to make these little cells. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you that too. You need some gloves. It's messier than you think. I always think I'm not gonna get my hands that messy, and every time I do, so I've got the gloves on. Trying to think what else you need for this. Either tiles or people pour the paint on all kinds of things, but I'm gonna do a tile, and I think I'll do a tile and a canvas and show you two different ways that I really like to work. Okay, so once you've gathered all of your supplies together, what you're going to do is you're gonna take your colors and mix 1/3 paint to 2/3 mixer. Okay, so what I've just done is I just poured some white in here, and I put some Floetrol in, and now I've been stirring it. And I've stirred this for about 3 minutes. It seems like, well, you really shouldn't have to stir it that long, but you do. It has to blend that long. Now, this is pretty good. Do you see how drippy this is? Let me make sure I get this on here. It's pretty drippy. And that's what we want. We want it to drip nicely like this because it has to flow. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm putting a cup in the center of my tray, and I'm going to put my tile on top of that. And I'm gonna gather my colors. Now, I have some colors left over from before that I've mixed up that I'm gonna use for this demonstration. I have some gold, I have some teal, some sky blue, some brilliant blue, and this kind of deep Prussian blue. Okay, and those are the colors that I'm going to use. So I have all my colors mixed. This will take you a while to mix all of your colors and mix them for 3 minutes. Well, what I'm gonna do for my tile is take a small cup and I'm going to layer my colors into the cup. You can layer them in any order that you want, and I suggest with a small piece like a tile to only layer each color one time. So like I might do white, blue, gold, teal, and another blue. Or maybe just 4 colors. But I'm not gonna then put another white and another blue and another teal. What I'm going to do is just layer them. I'm gonna see if I can set this up so that you can watch me do it. Maybe? Okay, yes. All right, so I'm gonna take my cup and I'm gonna pour some white paint in, like so. Here we, maybe a little more. Okay, there's my white. And I'm going to put in some of this really dark Prussian blue. I think that's just beautiful. Pour some of that in. Okay. And I love the gold, so I'm gonna put my gold in. I save these little containers and jars just for this. I've been saving them now for a while. I'm gonna pour my gold paint in. Okay, that's 3 colors. Let's see. I've got a really dark color, so I think I would like to balance that out with this turquoise. That'll be pretty and light. Well, not that light. Certainly lighter than my Prussian blue. Okay, there we go. Now, you can see how much paint I have in there. It shows through almost a half a cup. Now I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna take the tile. I'm gonna put the tile on top of the cup. I'm gonna hold it. I should have a glove on that hand, but I don't. You guys should put a glove on there. And I'm gonna flip it over like this. And I'm gonna let it sit just like this for, I don't know, you could let it sit for a minute, whatever you think. I'm putting it back on top. Sorry about that. Of the little cup that's in there. You'll see why in just a moment, why you need to have that it up on a cup, and it really does need to be raised up. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this so that you can watch. That's not good. That's not showing you a good angle. It'd be good to have a videographer. Okay, that's all right. Here's what we're gonna do. Now I'm gonna take this off. Hang on here. Oh, there we go. Ooh, it's so pretty. Look at it go. Look at that. I hope you can see it. Okay. And what I'm doing now is just tilting it a little bit because I want the paint to go off all the sides, but I don't want it to all run off. So that's where it gets just a little tricky. Now, you see what it looks like right now? It's going to dramatically change. Okay. Now, at this point, I'm going to, it's not on there very level. Being level is really important. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to take my, see if we can see this. I'm going to take my stick, and I'm going to try to keep it from dripping off the sides because I don't want it. I'm going to stop the drips with this, but it's still moving. Let's see. You can play with it, just your own judgment, but okay, let's see if I can. What happens if I move it this way? Ooh, there we go. Okay. You know, what's funny, I'm not really seeing much blue on this. Let's try Try to get it off that edge. All right. Still not much blue. You never know what's going to happen. Oh, here comes a little more blue. It looks like I'm uncovering some blue here. Oh, that's pretty. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. And I've got to get this part over here. You can see why the glove is so necessary, because you end up with your hand covering this whole thing. Ah, there we go. Now, okay, gorgeous, right? Can you see that? Really beautiful. Now, I am going to, this is the part that takes some real patience. What can happen is you get a drip going down the side and it will start pulling all the paint over like a little waterfall. So I use this and I watch the sides for any drips, and I just sit here for a while, scraping the drips off of the side. Okay. Super pretty. I love this one. Now I'm going to try something that I haven't tried before. So I'm going to take off my glove. Hang on here. I don't want paint all over the phone, so let's see if I can get this propped up. Yeah, yay. All right, I'm going to take off my glove. And one of the things that you can do, if you're a kid, don't do this. People use a torch. I don't have a torch, and really maybe I shouldn't have a torch, but I do have this great little lighter, and I'm going to put the flame, well, woo, there we go. I'm gonna put the flame on the artwork, and it will a lot of times bring out more of these little cells. Now you can, obviously this one has a lot of great cells to it. I don't really see anything more happening when I do the flame. Sometimes it'll bring out more cells. If you watch other videos, you'll see that, especially if you're doing, yeah, nothing happened here. If you're using a torch, people have great results with those torches. Okay, this one looks pretty awesome. Okay, here's my little experiment though. I was thinking it would be really pretty to put some glitter in it. So either this is gonna be a brilliant idea or I'm gonna destroy what I just did, but let's see. Oh yeah, I like that. Well, maybe I like that. I'll see. I'll see what you all think. Okay, glitter in. If you use the torch, do it before the glitter. All right, what do you think of the glitter on that? I kind of like it. It's just a little bit of glitter. A lot of people use resin to seal these. I'm not going to use resin. I'm going to use a water sealing spray so that they can be actually used for coasters. So there is your first poured paint lesson. Oh, before you do that, you probably need to let them cure or sit for about a month because it's thick paint and you don't want any cracking. So let it sit for about a month to dry, and then you can spray them. So if you're thinking about them for holiday presents, this is a good time to get started making them. Thanks for watching.